And we're live. It's episode 23 of the Everybody Mad Live podcast. My name is Sid Lover. Welcome to our show.
What's happening? I'm Kenya Kaveen. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're doing good. Sid, what's popping, bruh?
Nothing much. Maybe I need to back up from the screen a little bit. I'm way too close.
It looks like you're bleeding into the background, literally.
I know. I got the shirt that matched the stripes, and but it's October. So it is actually October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we are pink for this whole month to show our support of learning how to what.
But you didn't even give me the memo. So this was done with intent and purpose. Because
what do you mean intent and purpose? Like I'm trying to look like the good guy, and you trying to look like the guy that don't care about nobody but theyself, and we're blue?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, like you should have told me, like Kaveen, we're gonna be wearing pink today or something, you know. But
right before the show, I found my pink shirt, which kind of looks like the graphic anyway. So it looks like this whole show is mine.
Yeah, pretty much. We can get to the background, but no, that's real good though. It's definitely about breast cancer awareness, and I'm glad that we're definitely bringing awareness to it.
Yep, we got to because one of the things and throughout the month on our little banner head on the bottom, we'll share a little bit of information about breast cancer and that sort of thing, so people can learn about it. Because I didn't even know that, even though the breast cancer rates are pretty similar between Black women and white women. Black women are 4 times more likely to die from it.
Wow.
So white women seem to recover a little bit better than Black women. So that's one of those other things that we have to address. Health disparities kind of help to permeate those disparities between those sort of things. So all month long, we're helping to bring some awareness of breast cancer awareness and breast cancer, ways to fight it and ways to get some early detection and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
Nice. Love to hear that. Well, we got a really great show lined up for everybody today. Says so many hot topics to talk about. Of course, we're going to be talking about the debate. We have some great entertainment news. We have an update on what's going on with the Breonna Taylor case. I mean, it's a whole lot of stuff. So you all keep it locked to the Everybody Mad Live podcast. You could comment under this link right here. Actually, you could jump on live with us.
Yeah.
Let us know.
And it might be cool too, because I know one of the stories that we'll get into is what's the breaking story. I'm not even prepared like I need to be for the show, because I've been trying to follow some of the news because it's disconcerting. As it happened last night was when it broke. I was going to bed, I think midnight. It started to break that the president had tested positive for COVID. Mm-hmm. So that's where I started. I went to sleep, prayed a little bit for him. Actually, like I did pray, because I don't want him to die or get hurt.
Not at all.
Even though he's a jerk and he don't care about other people, we can't be like that. So I still prayed for him and prayed for his health and that sort of thing. But looks like the story is developing, because right now they have the what I heard this morning was something different, but I don't want to tell the whole story, but it's developing right now. Looks like the helicopter is at the White House, so maybe the helicopter is about to take him somewhere. So
okay, maybe take him outside the country.
well, I'll share my thoughts once we get around to
I'm sure you got an opinion on it. So everybody, let's go ahead and jump off the show. I know we got some guests coming on too, so definitely keep it locked to the Everybody Mad podcast. Well, this week the presidential debate went down, and it was anything but presidential. As you all know, everybody's talking about it. Trump would not let Joe Biden speak at all, cutting him off frequently. It was a mess. CNN actually called it a shit show, and they actually said shit show live on CNN. I was shocked. I was so shocked when they said that, but it's true. It was pretty much a shit show. And when the moderator asked Trump, would he denounce white supremacy groups like the Proud Boys, he had the opportunity to bring the country together. It could have been a kumbaya, but instead he said this.
We criticized the vice president for not specifically calling out Antifa and other left-wing extremist groups. But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
are you
I'm
prepared to
do
specifically
that,
do it?
Well,
go ahead,
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it. You want to call them? What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name.
supremacists and
Who would
white
you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and white
Proud
militia.
Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing. This is a left-wing problem.
White supremacists. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got it.
Not militia. That's what his FBI, FBI director
Gentlemen,
said.
Well,
Stand back and stand by. That's what he said. Now, Trump denies knowing anything about the Proud Boys. Now, the Proud Boys are an extreme far-right, neo-fascist, all-male white organization. Pretty much, Trump gave them the green light. Trump was like, yo, if things don't go my way, if things don't go the way that I want them to go, I give you permission to turn up and do whatever you need to do. That's how I took that right there. And I think everybody else took it too.
Yeah.
I noticed that a lot of people said they were coming down on the moderator. I felt like the moderator did a real good job. He actually kept Trump in check throughout this whole thing. But what was really interesting was that Al Sharpton actually had something to say about Trump's comments about this right here. And I know we have a clip from that.
I'm very concerned when you have the president of the United States in a debate, the first debate of his reelection, stand up in front of tens of millions of people and first refuse to denounce white supremacy, refuse to denounce a hate group. He says, who are you talking about? When it is identified by a Fox News anchorman. Now, this is not a liberal saying Proud Boys, and he says, stand back, stand by. And then in the same debate, when he's asked, would he tell his supporters to not go to the streets and do anything if, in fact, the election was not decided the night of the election day? You can't look at that any way, shape, or form other than he is refusing to tell people don't go to the street, and he's telling a known supremacist militia group be on standby. There's no reason to try and mince words here, because he didn't. You have never in the history of this country, and we've had some very bad presidents. I don't know any president, even in pre-Lincoln times where slavery was the law, that would stand up and embrace that I will not tell people don't rebel against an election, and I will openly embrace people that have said that they represent some kind of violence and it's based on race. That has not happened in the history of the country.
Yeah, it hasn't.
Ever.
It really has.
I thought that, when I saw it, I was like, oh, wow, well, he didn't even want to lie his way through that, because he actually had the opportunity to lie. He could have made up something, but he actually spoke his truth. Yeah. And I think that we all need to look at it for what it is. He's not for the people. He definitely doesn't care about us as African Americans at all. And he just showed, he pretty much showed his true colors.
Yeah. To me, if you're not racist and they ask you, Mr. Trump, can you denounce these group of people? Like, why are you saying things like, oh, I don't know who they are? Well, why don't you know who they are? You're the president of the United States. Right. You got all this intelligence. Intelligence doesn't mean that you got to be smart. It means that there's a whole branch of the government that all they do is work to figure out stuff and figure out secrets and all that stuff. So if you don't know the answer of who the Proud Boys are, ask your people, because the FBI already said the Proud Boys is one of the white militia groups. White supremacists is the biggest threat to American democracy right now, bigger than anything that we think about Muslims, anything else. White supremacy is the biggest threat to this country having the issues that we have. So we said that he just didn't want to say it, and he just knows that that's his voters. Because otherwise, they wouldn't have mounted up. You saw them mount up as soon as he said that on that debate. By midnight, they had T-shirts ready. Yeah. By the next day, they was already passing out stickers and putting their bumper stickers on stuff. They was ready. They got to work that night. They said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to stand by. Yes, sir. We're going to stand back, but we're going to stand by. Because when you say stand by, that means I got some further instructions for you, don't it? I mean, I never went into the military. I never operated in anybody's force. But when you say stand by, that means that, like, oh, you cool where you are right now. And I got some further things I'm about to tell you in a minute. Just stand by. Don't do nothing right now, but stand by, because I'm going to need you. And like, we're going to talk about a little bit in the show what he's about to talk about, how he needs them, because he is using every instrument and every tool at his advantage to try and cheat to win this election. So yeah, he knew that, but he knew that because these Proud Boys, that's a part of his coalition, that's a part of his voters that's going to try and help him steal this election.
I agree. And it was really sad, like even after I watched the whole debate, because there was a point in the debate I was just going to say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just cut this TV off, but I really want to see what Trump was going to say, what he was going to do. But it was so depressing. Yeah, well, you know, I was so depressed. Like I was in a good mood going into it, but afterwards I was like, wow, this is really sad. The leader of the free world, who is the president of our country, is speaking and acting like this. Not surprised, but it's just like, wow, like it's really come to this. And then I just don't understand why, after all these years, no one has made him accountable for his actions at all. Because had Obama done anything that Trump would have done, he would have been impeached a long time ago. A long time ago. But it's his white privilege that has gotten him this far. He's mediocre. He's not intelligent at all, and he's just not competent and capable enough to run the country. I say that all the time. He's true.
Not, as you can see by the fact that, like, and like God. All right, so I'm not laughing at him having it, but I'm laughing at the irony of the whole situation. So all since coronavirus has been discovered, January, February, March, you've been calling it everything. You've been calling it a hoax. You've been calling it, we'll be getting back normal. I'm looking forward to seeing all Americans back to church. Back to church by Easter. He said, oh yeah, the springtime's coming. Once the spring and the summer come and the weather warms up, oh yeah, it'll be gone. Oh yeah, like you can get, they say if you shine some light on it, they say if you use some of that hydrochloric, they say if you use some bleach. So like the whole time you've been saying everything about it. Oh yeah, it's not that bad in people. It's not as bad as what we think it is. It's the common flu. It'll be gone. Fast forward, we in September. The worst thing to do if you somebody that's saying that something ain't real is to catch it. You done went and caught this thing that you done told was a hoax.
Yeah.
Crazy. And what was funny, I don't have it on Fox, but I watch Fox too. Like I watch Fox News.
I do too. I watch it all.
Yeah. You got to have a well-rounded perspective of what everybody's talking about. Yeah. So I was watching Fox News earlier, like they went through the whole story, but Fox News also, Joe Biden went on and they aired the entire Joe Biden speech. I was actually surprised that they aired the whole thing with Joe Biden. So it's like the worst thing for you to do is get it, because now like that shows that you not only can't protect yourself, your wife got it, you can't protect her, your staff got it, you can't protect them. How in the hell are we supposed to expect you to end it, fix coronavirus, and protect everybody else?
Right.
That's bad, dog.
He's definitely not capable of doing it at all. That's why it's very important, again, to make sure that you go vote.
A lot of people believe that this is fake. They believe that this is him staging something so that he can go through an actual big triumphant. Oh yeah, I got it. I beat it. Now let me win the presidency. So some people were saying that he's using it like a reality TV stunt storyline,
and to garner more votes too. And I was actually thinking about that when I went to lunch today, thinking, because I did hear that too. And what do I think? I think that anything's possible because he is a cheater. Clearly, he's willing to do any and everything to win this election. And if he doesn't win the election, he's still going to show out. He's still going to say, oh, people were cheating. They did these absentee ballots are fraudulent. You know, he's gonna come up with something. So it doesn't matter what happens on November 3rd. Yep. He's not going to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Unless he wins.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's not going to be happy. And I think that's why a lot of people are prepping us for that, for the fact that this ain't going to be a normal election day. I know we're 32 days away from November the 3rd, but don't expect, we may not have a president announced at the end of that day. We may be having to wait. But also, we know that in a lot of states where he needs, but he's about to lose, like Pennsylvania, he already has lawsuits pending in Pennsylvania, doing things to limit people's ability to have drop boxes. We got a story about Georgia. We'll talk about drop boxes.
Yeah, we have stuff coming up on that.
Yeah, so he's steady trying to do stuff to do that. So I think a lot of people do think that he is trying to utilize this as an opportunity to as another point to get some points, trying to use all his like everything. Let me just get everything and throw it, everything in the kitchen sink. I'm gonna throw at it. Something gonna work. Hopefully, something gonna work.
He's doing any and everything that he can. And I don't know if you saw the right now they're saying the country feels like Biden is going to be is pretty much in the front running to become the president just off of all the polls that all of the news stations and stuff are doing right now. So he pretty much knows that he's not going to win. I mean, like if hopefully everything is fair and square, we just got to vote. Yeah, people just got to vote, but he's clearly not in the front running. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not like he was not like he was back when Hillary was running, you know.
Right. So that's why you see all the shenanigans. That's why and we'll cover it throughout the rest of the show. That's why you see that. You wouldn't see that if he was in a good position. You wouldn't see him going through the links that are happening right now. So as we continue through the show, we'll show you all that cheating that he's still trying to do.
Yeah. Well, do you think that this is all like just a stunt? Do you think this publicity stunt?
I don't, because like Trump. To me, like he's a person that likes to pretend to be powerful. Like he's always want to try and be the strong man, so he'll try and do things like that. And looking at this helicopter waiting to take him to the hospital on TV right now, he don't look strong. You would control that narrative as somebody who's in power. That's what Trump should be doing right now. But he ain't controlling that. It's like there ain't been no press conference about this. It's been stuff. Like in passing, it's things people have found out and stuff like that. So he ain't controlling this. I see what people think. He lies so much, so it's hard to believe anything that comes out.
Right, but, like I said.
And now they're talking about he's going to have to go into the hospital and stay overnight for a few days. So that's the story right now, is that he will be working from Walter Reed Medical Center. The airport is the
helicopter's taking him away right now.
Yep,
I see that.
Yep. So he's going to Walter Reed Medical Center, but they didn't say it's for an overnight stay. They didn't say it's for testing. They said he's going overnight, so he plans to be working there. But my thing, we ain't heard from Trump all day. You got another big ass story about his presidency coming out, and normally like he'll be on Twitter. He'll be doing something to be like, oh no. But the fact that we ain't seen him all day, been out all day. He ain't tweeted all day.
Right. He did tweet that he did have COVID. That was the only thing he did.
Night. Yeah. Like, he went the whole day, almost 24 hours without tweeting. That ain't normal.
Yeah. And I do want to point out too that I like
and down aches and pains and stuff, trying to get through this, realizing, damn, I should have wore a mask. That's what he's doing. Pretty
much. And it's karma. It's karma. But I definitely don't. But just like you said, I don't want him to die. And I it's just like with Joe Biden too. I like that Joe Biden gave him well wishes, because once again, that's the kind of like person that Joe Biden is, just someone that's going to just stand up for what's right. And he sees that, Trump is going through the situation, and he sent his well wishes. Now, had it been the other way around, Trump probably would have taken a jab. He would have said something ridiculous. By the way, like when he went in on Joe Biden's son during the debate, I was thinking like, where is this coming from? Like, I just felt like really Trump he's just out of control, man. But Biden, being the stand-up person that he is and taking the high road and never going low, he said, you know what? I wish him the best. Had it been Trump would have said, oh, I hope he dies, because that's how Trump is.
Had it been me, I know I'm Christian and saved, but the moment you talk about my dead son, sure, I would at the debate, for real. I'm talking about my dead son, and you trying to make jokes.
Yeah,
like that debate would have ended right there. I applaud Joe for having the patience to even deal with it. Now, I can't believe you. No, I can't believe that you have any sort of sincerity in your heart.
Right.
But we good Christians. We gonna do the right thing.
Right. But I think he lost a lot of potential voters with that too. I think, especially like they were saying, like with women and older people, like people that probably supported him. Even like I saw some comments like online, and people, they were like, we really weren't, supporting Joe Biden, but for Trump to take a low blow like that, it made a lot of people wake up. Yeah. So we lost a lot of people with that right there. Well, we still have a lot of stuff going on. Make sure that you come in the section. Let us know your thoughts. Still on Trump, there was an internal document that showed this past week that Trump's officials were actually told to make comments sympathetic to Kyle Rittenhouse. Now, that's a teenager charged with fatally shooting two protesters in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Now, the Talking Post note that he took a rifle to the scene of the rioting to help defend small business owners. Also, the document instructs officials that if they are ever asked about Rittenhouse, to say that Rittenhouse is just like everyone else in America. Innocent until proven guilty, and deserves a fair trial based on all the facts, not just the ones that support a certain narrative. Now, Trump has expressed sympathy to Kyle Rittenhouse, saying that he was trying to get away from protesters. These are the protesters that he fatally shot.
Yeah. To me, you are the aggressor. You came to a city you don't live in, to a business that you don't own, to defend property that has no relation to you. I don't know. It's the craziest thing is that, like, this dude actually, he killed people who wasn't doing nothing. He killed 2 people and shot a 3rd person. So,
and Trump supported him, just like he supported the people in when the what was that thing that went down? He supported. Oh, I forgot. It just slipped my mind. Said in Virginia.
Oh, Charlottesville.
In Charlottesville, Virginia. He supported them, but like he still has not given any kind of support, condolences for Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, but yet and still you support these people that are really doing hate crimes. Yeah,
straight up hate crimes. And then too, the funny thing, there's a Christian group that has raised over $500,000. I think it's up to $600,000 that they've raised for Kyle Rittenhouse and his legal defense.
I don't see how you're actually supporting a murderer. That's the kind of country that we're living in right now. You're supporting a murderer.
Christians.
Boy.
I know I say something about now. I'm not a biblical scholar. I'm not.
Right.
But I do know it's something in the Bible about killing people.
Okay. Man, I got to keep moving on this set. We got a lot of stuff that we need to talk about. The 4 ex-cops who killed George Floyd are asking for a change of venue for their trial, saying that the crowd of protesters outside the courthouse are terrorizing them. You think? One of the ex-officers was jumped when he left the courthouse, so now all the officers want to change of venue. They also believe that they won't get a fair trial because the jury will be swayed by outside protesters.
We got video and we saw what you did.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, it was 9 minutes of video. We already know what you did. We don't
it's there. Like it's in the video. So like and it trips me out. Like even like how news stations have to say, like even like with Kyle Rittenhouse allegedly shot these people. Allegedly, shit, we saw it on video. It was caught on video. What you talking about allegedly? Just like with George Floyd, these officers that allegedly killed him. We can't put allegedly in front of that. They did. We saw it on video. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And for them, getting all scared and everything, once again, is karma. I'm going to be talking about karma all day today, too, within the show. Speaking of George Floyd, let's move on to another Black Lives Matter situation. Breonna Taylor, here's an update for you. Kentucky General Daniel Cameron, he's under a lot of scrutiny right now, and he should be, after it was announced that the grand jury decided not to charge any police officers with the crime for the killing of Breonna Taylor. Well, this week, he actually admitted that he never recommended the grand jury to indict either of the 2 officers in the killing of Breonna Taylor. Now, Cameron also said that he told the grand jury that the single witness who says that he heard the police announce themselves before the raid actually changed his story. Now, this came out Monday after one of the jurors in court actually filed a motion to make transcripts of the grand jury come out in public. Now, if this is true right here, and I'm sure it is, this would actually contradict Cameron's claims that the jury was unanimous that Breonna's death was legally justified. And, I've said this from day one. I felt like it's just something really shady going on behind the scenes. Clearly, he's a Trump supporter. He's in Trump's. Trump is probably in his ear on some stuff. And, we all know what happened. All these people, there were 12 witnesses actually heard the knocks on the door, but said that the police didn't identify themselves. So just imagine if it's after 12 o'clock and police are banging at your door and just somebody's banging at your door and you don't even know it's a police and they kick in the door and stuff, you're going to run out and shoot too, right?
Straight up, especially if you're not announcing. And it's funny, this is just a little video of his first. I'm not going to play the sound because
please don't. Because I can't stand him.
But see the very first person that he runs to when he's in trouble. See the Chiron that they put on there? MSNBC guest says Kentucky AG is skin folk, not kin folk. So he run to the white folk to tell them, oh, the black folk all here talking about me and saying that I'm not black, saying that I'm a race traitor. So you run to them instead of trying to fix it with your people. So yeah, you lied about it. You said that the grand jury came back with this. You told him. Indictment wasn't even on the table. You, black man.
He's definitely a sellout and nobody's feeling him. But I firmly believe that the truth is eventually going to come out. We talked about this before. I really want to see justice for Breonna Taylor. I just feel like she wasn't given a fair deal. And what's going on right now, it'll eventually come to light.
Yeah.
It's eventually going to happen. All right. Leave your comments with the Everybody Mad Live podcast. Let us know your thoughts on the show. If you want to comment on any of the topics, let us know what's up. Now, audio of a Louisiana state trooper implicated in a black man death came out this week. It just surfaced, and you all will not believe what this state trooper said about killing this black man right here. That was State Trooper Chris Hollingsworth. That was him actually recalling the day that he killed a black man by the name of Ronald Green in Louisiana. This went down back in May of last year. Now, initially, the state troopers, it was a group of them, they actually all lied and said that Ronald's death was caused by a car crash at the end of a pursuit. Well, now the case is actually being subject to a federal rights investigation. Now, an attorney for Ronald's family is now calling on authorities to release the full body cam footage of Green's interaction with the state troopers. Now, as for the trooper that bragged about taking a human life, guess what? He actually died last week in a car accident. No. He actually died last week in a car accident. He was actually one of 6 state troopers put on leave actually a month they were actually put on leave last month after this whole investigation, and his fatal car crash actually went down hours after he found out that he was being suspended. Once again, karma. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just karma. It's unfortunate, but you lie. You were bragging. You were caught on tape bragging about killing someone.
Yeah.
And look what happens now.
Yeah, you deserve what you get.
You got to be held accountable, and you at the end before you leave, you're going to be dealt with.
Yeah. I'll let God handle the vengeance. I'll never say anything bad about people and like what I'll never wish anything on them, because God's wrath is way worse than anything that I can ever think about. So
Preach. There it is. Deacon said lover. Yo, did you see this video of the black woman arrested in Aurora, Colorado?
No, I didn't.
Said this is crazy. This happened. A police officer actually arrested this black woman in Colorado. The woman was actually cuffed, hogtied, and thrown in the police car. Okay. Now she actually rode upside down, begging for help for 20 minutes as she feared for her life. She feared that, like she was in the car hogtied and she fell down like on the floor of this, and her neck was bent over, and she was like, yo, I'm about to die. Now, this 28-year-old, her name is Shatilyn Kelly. She was arrested on August 27, 2019 on charges resulting from a fight. Now, Aurora Police Department released the footage because the officer that hogtied her was fired in February over the incident, and he's appealing his termination. Now, all criminal charges against the woman, they've been dropped. The incident actually occurred just 3 days after the Elijah McClain incident in Aurora on August 24th. Isn't that ironic? This is the guy who was allegedly placed in a chokehold. And see there, I have allegedly right here because that's what it says, but it was on video. He was actually placed in a chokehold by police and sedated by paramedics and died. But when she's hogtied, and when she falls back, and she's, her neck is on the floor, she's like crying for her life right there. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. She's literally upside down, and they don't care.
They don't even care.
And all her weight.
Yeah. All her weight is on her neck and head.
That's crazy.
Man, I tell you.
I can't even watch no more. That's Aurora. They routinely do certain things like that, and that's the frustration that I have, is that it keeps happening. And in normal situations, if a police department is continuing to do things like that, that's where the Justice Department steps in. The Federal Justice Department puts in a consent decree, and then they have people actually watching them, because clearly y'all ain't got leaders that's going to keep y'all from doing the stuff that y'all need to be doing. And Aurora is one of the worst. You always hear something bad happening with Black people in Aurora, Colorado. And it's like, we don't have a justice department. We don't have methods in place that can go in right now, because it's Trump's people going to go in and make sure they stop doing what they're doing.
See, and that's the problem. That's the problem. That's why everybody needs to get out and vote. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. Now, I got more fool shit to tell you about. Michigan's attorney general actually filed a felony charge Thursday against two far-right activists who allegedly coordinated a series of racist robot calls that discourages voters in Detroit, the majority of them Black, from voting in the November election. Now, the robocalls actually came from a non-existent group called the 1599 Project, and falsely warned recipients that voting by mail would result in their private information being like just put out all over the internet and stuff. And said, you actually told me about this right here. I'm like, wow, has it really come to this? Has it really come to this?
Yeah, they cheat because they realize, and if part of the story too is it's not just in Detroit, it's also happening in other states. It happened in Pennsylvania. Nope, that's one of the other states that's important. It happened in New York as well. So it happened in a lot of predominantly Black cities, and it's a scare tactic. They're trying to say, if you use your right to vote, other things are about to happen to you. They're going to be looking out for you for your back child support or your back taxes or whatever else. So they've used that scare tactic for the longest. And they know that a lot of Black people don't want a lot of dealings with government. Republicans know that they really can't win. So
they can't win. And so they're pulling out all stops. They're pulling out all stops. And once again, this is what is known as voter suppression. That's all it is. That's why you have to vote by any means necessary. It's so important. Case in point, there's another story right now in Texas. Just like said, just mentioned all these states that are, it's just some crazy stuff that's going on. But the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, issued a new proclamation allowing only one mail ballot drop-off location per county in the biggest state in the country.
Texas is huge.
Texas is huge.
It is.
And this is what they're doing. And he's a Republican. Do you see what's going on? And then I'm just like, why isn't anyone saying anything about this? I mean, like, can no one stop him just because he's the governor? I just don't understand why no one is being held accountable for their actions anymore.
You really can't. And that's just really what it is. A lot of these cases, they don't have people who are going to stand up to them. In Greg Abbott's case, in Texas, he's a governor. He also has a Republican who's the attorney general. He also has a mostly Republican legislator. So when he does that, he ain't got nobody looking like us that's going to say, nah, dude, you can't do that. So that's why a lot of times they can do things without recourse, because there's nobody in there to prevent them from doing it. So they do it. There's no consequence. So that's why we say you can't just be focused on that presidential election, because you got bad people at all levels of government who will take your right away to vote and your right away to be in charge. Because in all honesty, we always forget they work for us.
Yeah,
they work for us, but we always treat them like, oh, you have the total power. You have the total power in this position, but we have the power as the people, and we don't know that, or we don't act like we know it.
So for anybody out there talking about they're not going to vote, this is why you need to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's talk about Amazon. They actually dropped some alarming news this week that 20,000 employees caught COVID-19. Now, Amazon says that it's currently conducting thousands of COVID tests daily. This news comes months after Amazon was actually accused of overworking employees who said that they don't feel safe from the virus. Now, remember that they wouldn't release how many of their workers had been infected a while ago. So it's just interesting that all of this news is coming out with Amazon right now. So, I mean, I would be concerned too if I worked with Amazon.
Yeah.
I would be concerned too.
And realistically, those I know they're warehouses, but they're still indoors.
Yeah.
And still got a whole lot of people circulating inside of those buildings. So it's tough. It's tough. As we see, the president got it, and he get tested every day. He stay away from people for the most part. He got the best doctors, still got it.
And his wife has it too. Leave your comments on the Everybody Mad podcast. Let us know your thoughts on the show. It's time to switch gears and talk entertainment. Man, let me tell you, first of all, I got to say, I love me some Lisa Raye. Always love Lisa Raye. Diamond from the Players Club. Her sister, the Brat, too. Now, everybody knows that the Brat just recently came out as gay. It wasn't really like she came out because pretty much we all knew what was up. But, you know, everybody's real happy for Brat. She's engaged to Big Booty Judy, who is she's a millionaire. She has like all of these hair products and stuff like that. Well, anyway, Lisa Raye gave her sister, the Brat, the business after the Brat showed up and surprised Lisa Raye on her show Cocktail Queens, which airs on Fox Soul. And I'm feeling Lisa Raye and you know what she said, but I also understand Brat's position too. I'm gonna let Sid play the B-roll and let you all check it out.
I want to just hear it from the blogs and from the interviews of people asking me questions, and I didn't know what to say because I didn't hear it from you, and I got to see it someplace else, and so I'm hurt. That's what I am.
It's all love, though, Mama. Y'all can talk about it, you know, now. It's all good. But I think that y'all should, like, you know, pick up the phone and holler at each other. Don't let no more time pass.
That's for months.
Okay, well, baby, try again.
You know what? I think y'all need.
I'm in the waiting zone. So I'll wait. I'm cool.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there.
It's all good, girl. You know how.
What's that?
Y'all talk.
What's that?
You're not in like the waiting zone. Don't do that.
Why I'm not?
Lisa Raye's the big sister, right?
Oh, don't ruin your birthday, El Ray. Come on.
No, because everything else is playing out, you know what I mean, via Instagram, via blogs, via all of that. Because what I'm finding out is all through that way. I'm not finding out nothing and shit personally. So I guess my place is not what I thought it was.
That's not true. That's not true.
So they haven't talked in several months, right?
Way, I think that,
right.
You know, just putting my 2 cents.
I'm gonna fast forward it to
when she snaps.
Same page. Fuck it. Sometimes you just have to have hard conversations.
And that's exactly what I said, Selena. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Exactly where I'm at. Fuck it. Absolutely. Whatever it is, whatever it is.
They will work it out.
I got shit going on in my life, and y'all got shit, she got shit, and we got to deal with our shit. And so, hey, whenever you come back around, that's when you accept the shit and you keep it moving. So, thank you. Back is what I'm saying, because I got shit going on too, and I get that. But when I had shit going on,
ooh, she mad.
I shared it with every fucking body. That's what I'm saying. So when you got shit going on and you're happy, that's a happy time in your life that you want to share with the people that you love. But I got to hear it from the blogs. I got to hear it from the radio station. I got to hear it on Ricky Smiley. I got to hear it from everybody else. I called our auntie and was like, yo, what's up? What's happening? She gonna call you. Oh, okay. When?
Wow.
So basically what happened was the Brat hadn't spoken to Lisa Raye in months, maybe even a year. And so Lisa Raye finds out, okay, not only is my sister engaged, but she's, you know, coming out and engaged to a woman and everything like that. And she felt some kind of way. And so I think the Brat was just kind of saying, okay, you know, I still love you. I'm going to be on your show. And granted, you know, I watched the interview too with the Brat and Candy. And the Brat kind of explained, you know, her whole thought process behind not really coming out because of her grandmother. And she's always been a private person. So maybe it was just hard for her to, you know, I don't know. I was about to say talk to her sister, but her sister knew all along too. So right. Yeah, her sister has the right to feel some kind of way.
From the Brat's perspective, Lisa Raye ain't gay. The Brat is gay, so I don't know what the Brat needs to go through in order to get to the level to where she's comfortable going. Because like for years, we've all known that the Brat was gay, but like nothing was ever said, nothing was ever brought up or anything like that. So like clearly she had some issues with dealing with it. So like, why is Lisa Raye mad? Like this, this lady done had some troubles all her life, clearly with exposing this part of her life. So I don't know. I see it both ways, I guess.
Yeah, well, at first I thought about it. I kind of saw it both ways too. But then again, like we just heard Lisa Raye say that they've always had conversations about this. So Lisa Raye knew about the Brat. It wasn't a secret. Now the grandmother didn't know. Yeah. And so Brat had issues with that. And so Brat is coming out now because she's happy. Also, she said because her grandmother passed and she felt a little bit more comfortable. She said because even if her grandmother was alive to this day, she probably wouldn't have done it because her grandmother would have had a fit. So that's kind of the whole dynamic. And that happens with a lot of LGBTQ people too, where that's why they don't come out because of what family members might say.
I guess too, the other thing that's brought in it with is now we have social media. So social media adds another element to it and puts things that we may not necessarily think about and that sort of thing, because family is always important, and you have to be able to make sure that you maintain those relationships and don't allow social media to begin to take the place of a lot of those relationships. Family is definitely important. So important that I got some family on the line right now. We are celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as in October is with every October. That's why you see all the pink everywhere. We're pink. I've got some pink on and that sort of thing.
But I didn't get the memo.
I told you I didn't know I was gonna wear this shirt. I just saw the shirt. But Black women are more likely, even though we've evened out the curve a little bit as far as breast cancer, Black women are still more likely to die from breast cancer. And now we know that Black women are susceptible at younger ages and that sort of thing, 2 times the rate higher than white women. So breast cancer is something that's very important to our community, something that's important to my family because it actually hit my family with a couple of people who are close to me. And we have one on the line right now. She's actually technically my cousin. Her dad is my mom's older brother, so we're technically cousins or whatever, but she's a breast cancer survivor. We grew up together, Kenya. We grew up in South Carolina, so like, you know how we do, like we cousins, but like we grew up together. We lived together for a little piece, and she was babysitting me when I was younger, so like she like my cousin technically, but she my auntie, mama, sister, big sister.
She's like your sister,
right? All that. So let's welcome to the show Brenda Scott, breast cancer survivor, Brenda Scott Knight. What's going on? Hold on, I can't see you. And
Brenda.
Hold on. Boom.
What up, boo?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I think you might be muted because I can't hear you. I hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah. How's it going, Brenda?
How you doing?
Doing good.
A little bit. Okay, perfect. So we'll roll on. So I wanted to, breast cancer awareness, we want to just quickly shout you out as a survivor and give some women some hope, because this is something that I know initially, once you first got the diagnosis, what's the immediate thing that hits you?
Well, it hit me like a brick because I had no idea that it was coming my way. I was doing my yearly mammograms faithfully, just like every woman should do, as well as some men. They're high risk for breast cancer as well. But I never went into denial. It just, when I was diagnosed, I was actually getting my hair done. And I got that phone call, had gone through the testing and everything, and I got the phone call and my body just went numb. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So the doctor was like, well, you know, he explained the stage that I was at, which was stage 1. And he said, this is not life-threatening if you go through the treatments and you change your diet and change what you're doing in your whole demeanor. You know, first thing was changing your mind. You know, if you put on that, we call it the fight, the gloves, you're going to be just fine. So I got through that, went through all my treatments, had surgery, 10 rounds of radiation, been on this particular medication for 7 years now. So I'm a 7-year survivor. And every day is a mental battle, it's a struggle, but you fight, you put on your gloves, and you get up every day and you meet life as if it is a gift from God. Because every day that I can wake up and I take a second breath or take that first breath, I'm embracing the grace of God that I was able to survive it and live the next day.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Brenda, because a lot of people say that that's really the mindset. If when you get the diagnosis, you have to have a positive mindset, because if you don't, you're more than likely to succumb to the cancer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we actually have 2 other family members that are going through the journey right now. My sister she's diagnosed for her second time around. And then we have another first cousin, because we all share the same, our parents are siblings. And she had to do a surgery last week, and she's actually going through some additional treatments after her healing. But we're all strong, we're all positive, and we fight every day. So if I can encourage one person, or one female or one male that has been just recently diagnosed, is to get your mindset right and to get your support system in place. Because without that strong support system, you don't know, or you're not going to be able to fight this alone. It is not a journey that you can fight by yourself. So you got to have that support with you.
Right. I don't want to take all your time, but I appreciate you. I love you so much. Thanks for coming on. But let's lead the people.
Get my heart.
Let's lead the 3 people with 3 things. What's the top 3 things that they can do right now? Early detection is probably really strong. So get tested. What's some other things that they can do? I know diet is a consideration, that sort of thing. What are some recommendations?
Research. There are so many different treatment options that are out there for you. But you got to research it. You got to trust, the doctors, they went to school for a reason. So you got to trust them that they know that these treatment plans that they're coming up with may be the best for you, because no 2 breast cancers are the same. Never, ever will you get the same diagnosis that another person get. You could be a stage 1A or stage 1B, but you got to make sure that you do your research. And then the final thing is getting your mindset right and getting that support system in place, so that when you start your treatments and you're going through your surgeries and chemo, radiation, or medication that you have to be on that may change how you're doing things, your support system is there, and they are going to push you every day. As we say, put your big girl draws on and get through it. You got to fight.
Yeah.
Good fight. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much just for your tips and your words of encouragement. And we really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Right, love you.
Love you too.
Blessings. That was great, Sid.
Wow. I'm so proud of her. She's one of my personal heroes. What she's been able to do, because and that's a good thing too. Once she got it, I think it hit the family like a brick. Like, oh damn, woo. But she stayed strong about it. And then what's been important, and I learned it for me when I got a pre-diabetes diagnosis with her. Well, that was back in 2014.
Wow.
So she had gotten her cancer diagnosis, and a couple of years later, I got to the doctor and they told me about pre-diabetes. But I remember what she did. She didn't just stay in it. You want to sit in it and just be like, "Woe is me," and what am I gonna do or whatever. You got to fight. Mm-hmm. And like the things that she did when she was fighting that, I did the same things. I applied it to the pre-diabetes, and I was able to reverse it because I was able to research. I ate right. I did what I needed to do, started exercising more and things like that. So I was able to retrain my body to fight even harder against that. So I love what she was able to do for herself and her condition, because not only was it able to help her, now she's going on 8 years as a survivor, but it helped me to get through my condition. So it's just one of those great things, is that you can get through it.
You can get through it. And it's just so interesting to me. Like Brenda doesn't even know who she touched with her story. You know what I mean? Like, she's able to get on the show with us, and there's no telling who she reached and touched today. So, we just really appreciate her being on today. That was great. Awesome. Yeah,
absolutely. One of the things that people want to keep in mind when they're dealing with breast cancer and any sort of cancer in your recovery and some of those preventative things and things like that to get your body right. Part of that is eating right. The other part is regular exercise and doing sort of things like that. You want to make sure your body is moving and doing things. She's on a journey right now. She's been, I think it's about 6 or 7 weeks straight. Every single day she's on a treadmill or doing something like that. But exercising and getting your body moving, that is certainly a way that you can help mitigate some of the issues going on right now. And I got actually a trainer. He's my frat brother.
Really?
On the line right now. He's our next guest. And gonna bring him on to let him know what we can do. Not only is he going to help you out for fighting cancer, but obviously with our body, it's really a lifestyle. We're trying to change our lifestyle. So I want to bring on the CEO and the founder of Rapture Lifestyle Fitness and my frat brother. What's going on, Pudge?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Pudge, what it do, brother? We good, man?
Man, good to hear, man. I appreciate you guys taking time to speak with me and allowing me to come on you guys' show, man.
Good. I appreciate it, man. I'm so proud of your journey and what you've been able to create. Let's set the scene. Let's tell everybody who you are, because you're a personal trainer, but like you were, it's football season. And like a few years ago, you would have been doing a little bit something else. So give people a little bit of background on you.
All right. So like I said, my name is Pudge Cotton. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I came to Eastern Michigan on a full ride scholarship for football. I played football there for 4 years, while I was a defensive captain 2 years, and I was the team captain my senior year. After college, I had a brief shot at the NFL, and it was an excellent experience for me. I got to really kind of grow into myself. I got to really get a chance to compete against some of the world's best athletes. But due to injury, I wasn't able to like prolong a professional career. So really, I just took some years to really try to find myself. In the midst of me finding myself, I got 2 DUIs in Michigan. And when I was locked up, incarcerated, I had the vision to start a fitness company and to run the first ever jail fitness program. So once I got out of jail, I didn't want to go to work for somebody because of my record. Even regardless of my education and my degree in chemistry and me playing sports, that I still wasn't able to get a job that was sufficient enough to take care of myself. So I figured the best way to provide for myself is to start doing personal training. And I've been doing personal training for about 6 months now. We have a total of 8 employees. We have trainers in California, Maryland, Chicago, Michigan. And we're looking to continue to expand. So making a lifestyle change is what really helped me kind of grow and develop as a person, and also to be able to help other people grow and develop as people.
That's so dope.
That's awesome. Let me ask you something. A lot of people, they say that it's not always about the exercise. It's also about the diet too. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say dieting is probably about 60% of the battle, 60-70% of the battle. You have people that work out regularly, but they don't eat well. Or you have people that like work out regularly, eat well, but their sleep isn't a priority, or they don't sleep well. So eating is very essential to like getting the results you want. Dieting is one of the things I've been trying to stay on top of. I've been working on my whole life, being a 3-sport athlete for most of my life. But I never really had the nutritional piece to working out and what to eat and how often I should be hydrating and those kind of things. So I would say that's about 70% of the battle, what you eat, and then also the exercise and the working out, the staying active. And some people feel like you have to go to the gym to like stay in shape. You really don't have to. It's things you can do in the comfort of your home. Obviously, we got YouTube, Instagram. You can work out anywhere now. So, but eating is essential.
I was trying to take a peek into your facility to see if you got some folks working out, to see how hard you're working, because I got a little thing. I've been kind of plateauing right now. I'm on the
Me too.
like I'm right around the 200, 205. I kind of go up or down a couple of pounds. So I was plateauing at the beginning of the year before the pandemic at about 235, 240. So now I'm plateauing around about 200, 205. So I'm better, but I want to get lower. So I'm probably going to need your services to kind of help me get past this little plateau, but I do need to kind of see what you be taking the people through, like what you
So that's a great question. I would say one of the great things about our fitness company is that we're a mobile fitness company. So we've been able to bridge the gap during COVID-19, where when gyms were closed, we were able to go to people's houses, train at their homes. We were able to train people at our home location, which we have workout equipment and stuff set up in our garage. But we make the workout specific to the individual. So I wouldn't have you doing the same workout I'm gonna have Kenya doing? Kenya, you wouldn't be doing the same workout. I'm training Eastern Michigan football player. I'm not gonna put you through the same workout. I'm gonna put a Division I athlete through, right? So most of my workouts are full body workouts because I've learned in my experience that people get quicker results by hitting multiple muscle groups each workout. Some people go to the gym and say, I'm only doing, chest and biceps. So I'm only doing triceps and back. I hit the biceps, the triceps, the quads, the hamstrings, the calves. I hit the whole body, a lot of core movements. So all our workouts are very high intensity, I would say, but it's high intensity for that individual person. So my high intensity looks different than yours and anybody else. So we cater to the specific person. We have people as old as 52 training with us, and we have people as young as 8 years old training with us, from all shapes and sizes.
Nice. Cool. So to close out, you have an event coming up in a couple Saturdays. We're going to marry some things, and I'm going to bring my company out there to be able to support with some free products and things like that. You want to talk a little bit about what you got coming up?
Yes, absolutely. So twice a month, starting this month, we're doing a Rapture late night workout party. And our point of coming up with this was how can we create a fun environment, a positive environment, good music, good people, be safe, practice, social distancing, but also encourage a holistic lifestyle, working out, exercise. I think exercise can be associated with fun and not just drinking and fun or drugs and fun. So how can we bring, having a good time, good people, good vibes, and exercise into the same environment? And we plan on doing that with the late night workout party. So the late night workout party is October 10th. The second one is October 24th from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And we're holding that at Hungry Hustler Fitness Gym in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Like I said, we're doing that twice a month. We're going to have different themes. So the first night is general, open to anybody. The second night is going to be Greeks only. It could be MPAC or any other Greek orgs. And then the next month, we're going to do a ladies' night special. So we're going to keep switching it up. We're going to have a throwback Thursday night, like an old school R&B kind of hip hop night. So we're going to make it really fun, and we're going to make working out like something to do, like cool to do.
Nice. Dope. Yeah, we're looking forward to being a part of that. But I appreciate you, bro, stopping by, and definitely love you for what you're doing. And obviously, I always say it takes somebody with a big heart to not only look out for yourself and obviously do what you need to do, but also to be able to look out for somebody else. So it's just phenomenal.
Absolutely.
With your company, and also shout out to those folks you've been able to bring in and put them in a better life solution. So definitely shout out to you, bro, and I appreciate doing
I appreciate
it. Work with you and partnering up with you.
Yes, fellas, I appreciate you guys taking the time. Any other time I could be a part of the show, I would love to be able to come out and talk to you guys, network some more. But you guys are doing great things. You guys are doing great work, and I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, man. Stay blessed.
All right, guys.
Maybe next time, we'll have a group workout. We'll make Kenya work out, and we'll make.
No.
Hey, look, I got 5 free workouts for both of you guys, just to come test it out. If you don't like it, don't like it. But 5 free workouts. It's hard for black folks to turn down free.
Exactly. Now, here's the thing. I don't mind doing the workout, but I'm not going to do the workout live in front of everybody. That ain't going to happen.
That's fair enough. That's fair.
I'm not doing it. But I will do it behind the scenes. So we'll get you on that, Pudge.
Yeah, Say got my number. He got my information. Anytime to contact me. You guys got free workouts on us.
There it is.
Appreciate you, bro.
That's Pudge.
All right, fellas. Y'all have a blessed night.
All right, man. You too. Everybody Mad podcast going down. Yeah, say you ain't gonna put me on blast like that. But see, that's why I go to Planet Fitness, because people, they don't do that at Planet Fitness, especially down here in Georgia, because it'd be a whole bunch of big folks in Planet Fitness, and they be sweating. We be up in there, folks be looking like bulls and stuff, be trying to get it, but but it's all about working out and just getting that oxygen in the blood. You know what I mean? And it's about staying in shape.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. So I appreciate him coming on. We got a couple more stories before we wrap up today. Not even, matter of fact, a few more stories. We got time set, or we closing out, or what?
I got time.
I got time too. Hey, it's Friday. Let's go ahead. By the way, everybody, this is actually going to be our last show on Friday. Everybody Mad podcast is moving to Thursdays at 8:00. That I did check the time. It is 8:00.
8:00 on Thursdays.
Yeah, that's not good for you.
Nah, you can go ahead and make it an executive decision. Go ahead. Go ahead on.
That's what we talked about. We did talk about.
Go ahead.
We did talk about that, but anyway, we'll talk more behind the scenes on that. But anyway,
Thursday works.
Yeah, Thursdays at 8:00. So make sure that you check us out. Yo, did you hear about your girl Tamron Hall? She's actually being sued for $16 million. I'm gonna say that one more time. Tamron Hall, talk show host, is being sued for $16 million after, get this, telling a mom on her show that she wouldn't want her own kid to hug the mom's unvaccinated son. Now, the woman's name is Janine D'Angelo. She's actually suing Tamron, claiming that she and her son were embarrassed by Tamron's word. Now, the CDC says that parents that choose not to vaccinate their kids should be prepared for the risks that come with that. One of those risks, parents with kids that are vaccinated, probably they're going to tell their kids to stay away from them, right? So, you know, this woman, I feel like, you know, there's people out there that's trying to get money and you know, get fame and all this kind of stuff, but you're trying to sue Tamron Hall for $16 million because she told the truth. Really?
So your embarrassment is worth $16 million.
Right. And it's not even that serious, man. And you know she's not going to get the money. She's definitely not going to get the money at all. And I know Tamron Hall and, you know, like all the people, because I think the woman is actually suing ABC too because it ran on ABC. She ain't gonna get the money. Tamron Hall, she told the truth. You know, like if your child isn't vaccinated, I will
give my child something.
Yeah. Period. That's what it is.
I mean, you run your household like you run mine, but like once our kids hug, now you bring your child, because we all know that kids are disease factories, germ factories. Kids are always going to have stuff. That's why they tell kids, what parents, that those vaccines are important, because kids carry things and they touching everything and hands all on everything. Yeah. Like that's just what it is.
Pretty much. In other news, Dr. Dre came out victorious in court this past week. The judge in his divorce case just rejected his ex-wife's Nicole request for almost $2 million a month in spousal support, and he actually rejected her claim that Dr. Dre should pay $5 million for her lawyer fees. So, you know, it even went when we were talking about this, and I know you said, I know last week you were like, yo, Kenya, we just got to stop on the Dr. Dre story. It's every week we talking about it. But like, really, you know, you trying to get $2 million a month, not $200,000. Right. Because normally that's what your average wife of a celebrity is going to go. You know, she's going to say about $200,000, $300,000. That's still a lot of money, because who's making that kind of money a year? But you want $2 million a month. Come on, man. And I don't care if Dr. Dre is worth, what is it, $8 billion? Something
like that.
So that's definitely not happening. Tawanda Braxton, we all know Tawanda Braxton from the Braxton Family Values, one of the sisters of Tony Braxton, Tamar Braxton. Her family's actually tripping right now because the family, and it's kind of like the whole Lisa Raye situation, the family actually found out online through social media, through TMZ, that Tawanda's engaged to her dude. And the family's tripping like, well, damn, you know, you didn't want to pick up the phone. You didn't want to call. You didn't want to tell anybody. So I can understand why the family will probably be feeling some kind of way. You know, like, it's like, damn, you ain't that busy that you can't pick up the phone and call your own mom and your sisters and say, yo, I'm engaged, not unless there might be a little tension.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could figure out. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I guess from their standpoint, and I guess this is the way I look at it, a little bit different from the Lisa Raye and the Brat situation, because it always seemed to me that Lisa Raye and the Brat, they were cool, but maybe their relationship was a little bit strained. I don't think they necessarily grew up together. I don't know, but these Braxton sisters, like, we know they did, and they've always been very, very close. A lot of their projects musically happened with each other present. Obviously, they did the reality show together. So that to me is a closer sister unit. People who are kind of sharing some things together. They're a little bit, I don't know, to me they're a little bit closer than what I see.
The Brat and Lisa Raye.
Yeah.
Are you watching the Tamar reality show, Get Your Life?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one where they surprised somebody who messed up somebody's hair.
Oh, no. Yeah, that was on VH1. I didn't even watch that, but I started watching it, and for me, it's just I don't know. It's just like kind of watching a therapy session. Like she's trying to unload a lot of baggage and it's a lot of crying. And, Tamar is always over the top, doing too much anyway. And, I had to like clear it out of my DVR schedule. Like, how like, you set a show and you want to see what it's all about. And then you watch maybe like 1 or 2 episodes. And like, nah, I'm not really feeling it. It's just like, okay, I'm sitting up here watching Tamar and she's crying and she ain't got no edges. And, it's just like,
she really don't have it. Like her forehead is all.
It's just like, and then she got the little head. It's just like
this a little edge. Like her edges is all the way. It's all the way back. She got it.
But it's like, man, come on, Tamar. So anyway,
her sister had a bad week this week. Did you hear about Tony?
What happened to Tony?
Well, they drug her. She didn't have a bad week per se personally, but they drug her through social media.
For what?
She made a suggestion that she should be on one of the upcoming verses. Now, it'd be nice to hear Toni Braxton, but she got drugged for who she suggested that she should be on verses with.
Oh, let me hear this, because we've been talking about this, and I suggested Toni too.
She suggested that she should be on verses with either Mary J. Blige or Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too.
Why is she getting dragged for that? I that's what I said. That's what I suggested. I talked about this weeks ago. I said that maybe she could go up against Mariah because they kind of have the whole they do the power ballads, you know what I'm saying? Like they have hits, they have a nice body of work. And when you take away their singles and when you listen to their albums all the way through, they really have a great catalog of music, Mariah and Toni. However, I still feel like Mariah is still a lot stronger. You know what I mean? I think that, if Whitney Houston was alive, you would put Whitney and Mariah together. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. And I don't necessarily see Toni Braxton and Mary J. Blige, because even though they do have countless hits and a great body of work, Mary J. Blige is kind of like the queen of hip hop soul. And I feel like, it's just a different vibe between Toni and Mary J. Blige. And so people are dragging her on social media for that.
Yeah. Like Vanessa made a comment. She think that Mariah could work too, but like apparently, like people don't give. I don't know. Like maybe it's Black Twitter, or maybe it's the folks who use Twitter. Maybe Toni ain't got enough fans on Twitter to be able to say it. But Twitter was dragging her for even suggesting that she's in the same category. And I think a lot of people get caught up in the verses. I guess they get caught up in like the person versus person, but I guess versus is really a bad word. It's really a showcase. Honestly, it's just really a showcase. And a lot of times the music ain't exactly right. Like they're not exact matches. To me, I think people just kind of look at verses as in like, oh, I have to have this exact match. I got to have a Brandy Monica type of thing. Like their whole career and their whole music life needs to parallel exactly. And if it don't, I'm gonna drag you. But my thing is like, if you got enough songs and it's the right genre, verse.
Go with it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I did initially say Mariah and Toni. So I would like to see it happen. I don't understand why people, I see why people are hating, but no, I think that Toni doesn't really get the props that she deserves. Toni Braxton is a phenomenal singer, like, and she has hits. And Toni used to be, I mean, she still is, in my opinion, just one of the greatest singers. But sometimes I think that people just have like the Mariah, Whitney, you know what I'm saying? But you got to put Toni up there too, because Toni can blow. You know what I'm saying? Toni can really blow.
Right. I think
when you can understand what she's saying. Pretty much. Shouts out to Nicki Minaj and her husband this past Wednesday. Nicki and her husband, Kenny Petty, welcomed a brand new baby into the world. No word yet on the sex and the name of the baby, but congratulations are definitely in order for Nicki Minaj. Definitely happy for her. And in sad news, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, man, when I heard the news, I didn't even believe it. Like one of my friends told me about, I couldn't believe it, but their newborn baby died this week. And, what's interesting about Chrissy Teigen said is that she's, the type of artist, she's the type of celebrity that will always document everything on social media. She puts everything on social media. So when, initially when she was, rushed to the hospital and she was like, I'm bleeding, she's tweeting this out and stuff like that. And she was keeping people updated. And even when as far as, posting the pictures of her and John Legend, coddling the dead baby, it was so sad. Like I saw it, I was like, wow, it just really, my prayers are definitely with John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. I know I couldn't even imagine, that's gotta be hard. Yeah, that's gotta be hard, for a woman to deal with that. My mom went through a miscarriage when I was, a young person. And I know that really had a major effect on her life, and I know it's something that she probably thought about all the time. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't imagine. That's why I always give props to women, because women are so strong. They go through so much. But that was just seeing her documented, which, I've seen like a lot of people were saying on social media, like, well, damn, why did she, have to put that out there? But maybe it's because she's hurting and she might be just trying to help other people too. But Chrissy Teigen she shares everything. She just shares everything. But
yeah, you never know how it's going to help people. And it takes a lot of bravery to share parts of your life like that, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And the last story of the day, shouts out to Rihanna. Her Savage Fenty X show is going to be airing tonight on I just lost my place. It's actually going to be on Amazon Prime tonight. It's actually on Amazon Prime right now. So right after we log off, you can jump on Amazon, check out Rihanna's fashion show. This fashion show is really big because if you think about it, we're in a pandemic. She's putting this on. Victoria's Secret doesn't have a fashion show anymore, which used to be really the biggest fashion show in the world. Now Rihanna's just taken over with her Savage X Fenty brand. And you can expect to see Bella Hadid, Paris Hilton, Willow Smith, Normani, Big Sean, Bad Bunny, and Christian Combs. They're all going to be on the show. So it should be pretty dope. Oh, and Lizzo's going to be on it too. So, I love Lizzo. So shouts out to Rihanna. That's a wrap for the Everybody Mad Live podcast.
That's dope. We went a little long today, but it was a lot going on, I think. And we started off with the breaking news with what's happening with the president. Definitely, I'm praying for the president. Let me say that publicly for the people who think that I hate. I have people on my Facebook all the time saying that you just hate. You have so much hate in your heart. I ain't got no hate in my heart, because hate in my heart would mean that I'm not right with God. And like, as much as I cuss and as much as I do other stuff, I have hate in my heart as another thing. So I am praying for the president's recovery, because that would be a bad thing if something bad happens to the president in the middle of a election, because there's already chaos and stuff going on with him in the election. Just think if something happens. I can't imagine like the chaos that would happen, because I've heard about what happened when bad things happen to presidents, of obviously Kennedy and when Reagan got shot and things like that. That wasn't a good time for the country. So I'm praying that he recovers and gets back to normal so we can beat him in November.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely our prayers are with the Grand Wizard. Don't forget you can leave comments. Let us know what's going on with you on our Facebook and Instagram page. Holler at us throughout the week. I am at Kenya Kabine 1 on Facebook, Kenya Kabine on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, you did it without help. Join us next week. October is not only Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but it is also National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So while we acknowledge what's happening with breast cancer awareness, we're going to talk about some of the things that happen with domestic violence, as we have a guest on the show to talk a little bit about domestic violence and that sort of thing. So we'll continue the conversation to educate your brain and add some little something else to you and have fun while we're doing it. Thanks for watching us on Everybody Mad, the live podcast. I love you.